Have you ever wondered what would happen if our planet's protective ice barriers continue to melt at an alarming rate? Imagine, if you will, a world where the frozen landscapes of Antarctica, our planet's largest natural freezer, are rapidly transforming into vast expanses of water. This isn't a fantastical scenario from a science fiction novel, but a reality that we are inching closer to every day. Antarctica's protective ice barriers, known as ice shelves, are melting, not at a steady pace but at a rate that's doubling with each passing decade. These massive ice structures, some as large as entire countries, act as a dam, holding back the flow of land ice into the sea. But now, these natural barriers are under siege. This isn't a random, isolated event, it's a symptom of a larger, more pervasive issue: global warming. The planet is heating up and Antarctica is feeling the heat. But why should we care about what happens at the bottom of the world? Here's why. These ice shelves contain enough water to raise global sea levels by over 200 feet. If they continue to melt at the current rate, our coastal cities could be submerged in the near future. Over the last 50 years, the average global temperature has increased by approximately 1 degree Celsius. This might not seem like a lot, but it's enough to cause a significant increase in the rate at which Antarctica's ice is melting. In the 1980s, the continent was losing 40 billion tons of ice per year. By the 2000s, this number had risen to 220 billion tons per year. So, what we're witnessing is not just an environmental issue, but a global crisis. The melting of Antarctica's ice barriers is like a ticking time bomb, threatening to disrupt the delicate balance of our planet. The implications of this rapid ice melting are far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. The time to understand, to care, and to act is now. This isn't just about Antarctica, it's about the future of our planet, our home. The melting ice isn't just an issue for the polar bears, it's a domino effect that can lead to devastating global consequences. Let's think about it as a chain reaction. As the ice barriers melt, we're seeing a drastic shift in global climate patterns. This isn't some abstract, far-off concept, it's something we're witnessing in real time. Unpredictable weather, intense heat waves, and extreme cold snaps are becoming more frequent, all due to the loss of these icy guardians. And the sea levels, they're not staying put. With every drop of ice that melts, the oceans are inching higher. At the current rate, we're looking at a potential rise of up to 3 feet by the end of this century. That might not sound like a lot, but consider this. For every inch the sea level rises, approximately 6 feet of shoreline is lost. So a 3-foot rise in sea level could mean the loss of 18 feet of our precious coastlines. Cities like Miami or Venice could become the next Atlantis. But it's not just about our cities and beach vacations. The real victims here are the countless species that call these ice barriers home. As their habitats shrink, so does their chance for survival. We're not just talking about polar bears and penguins here. The melting ice affects everything from microscopic plankton to the massive blue whales that rely on them for food. The domino effect continues, and the loss of one species can have a cascading impact on the entire ecosystem. This ripple effect doesn't stop at the water's edge. Changes in sea levels and temperatures affect the land too. Plants, animals, and even human communities are all interconnected. As habitats change and species disappear, the balance of our global ecosystem is at risk. So we see that the melting ice barriers are not just about a remote, icy wilderness, it's about us. It's about every living thing on this planet. The effects of the meltdown are not restricted to Antarctica, it's a global issue. Human activities play a significant role in this escalating crisis. It's a truth that can be hard to swallow, but it's one that we can't ignore. The melting of Antarctica's protective ice barriers isn't just a natural phenomenon, it's a consequence of our actions. Over the last century, we've seen an unprecedented increase in greenhouse gas emissions. Carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, these invisible culprits are released into the atmosphere by industrial processes, deforestation, and our reliance on fossil fuels. As these gases accumulate, they trap heat from the sun, leading to a rise in the Earth's average temperature. This phenomenon, known as global warming, is a key driver behind the accelerated melting of our ice barriers. But how do we know this? Science has given us the tools to track these changes over time. Ice cores extracted from the depths of Antarctica serve as a frozen timeline of our planet's climatic history. They reveal a stark correlation. As our emissions have risen, so too have global temperatures. This isn't a coincidence, it's a cause and effect relationship that shows our role in the ice meltdown. We are not merely observers of this crisis, we are participants, Our actions, our choices, and our behaviors have contributed to the changes we're witnessing today. Without a doubt, our actions are accelerating the pace of this meltdown, and it's time we take responsibility for that. It's not too late to slow down the pace of this crisis. We stand on the precipice of change, and every action we take has the potential to shape our future. The solutions to this crisis are within our grasp, and it's time we step up to the challenge. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is at the forefront of this fight. It's about more than just turning off the lights when we leave a room or carpooling to work. It's about shifting our society towards renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. It's about investing in electric vehicles and energy-efficient appliances. It's about reevaluating our habits and making conscious decisions to lessen our carbon footprint. Adopting sustainable practices is another crucial step. This includes everything from reducing, reusing, and recycling to supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability. It's about consuming less and consuming smart, choosing products that are kind to the earth, and making lifestyle choices that reflect our commitment to the environment. Supporting policies aimed at combating climate change is equally important. We must demand action from our leaders, push for legislation that prioritizes the environment, and hold corporations accountable for their impact on our planet. The future of Antarctica, the future of our planet, is not a foregone conclusion. We have the power to change the course of history. The future of our planet is in our hands. Take action now to combat climate change and protect the Earth for future generations.